Okay, so you know how I said everyone's got their own little mission? Well, Tali's is a little bit difficult to find because she doesn't tell you about it before the mission. You actually have to do the mission and then she asks you for something that you get on the mission. But do you remember when Tali said that she was on a pilgrimage to find and bring back something valuable for her people as a rite of passage? Well,
Yeah.
something valuable in this case turns out to be some serious intel on the Geth. And we have an opportunity to get that something valuable by going to 4 planets and wiping out huge platoons and bases of Geth. And this is where me forgetting that the canon exists really bit me in the ass. Big time. There are going to be major fade throughs for these planet missions because without the canon, it's attrition. It's pure attrition killing these things.
I was curious to maybe if you open a drawer and says, "What's this?" It's a can opener, valuable on my planet.
Well, the thing is, it's it, well, there's normally stigma against bringing back a subpar gift, but there's extra pressure on Tali because she's the daughter of one of the major admirals that runs the military of the entire Quarian fleet. Effectively,
Yeah, we saw the conversation where she had all her daddy issues.
yeah. Well, effectively, she's a military princess, I guess. Something like that, anyway. But yeah, we get her some Geth data. It doesn't really have a huge bearing on anything in the future. I don't even know if it contributes to the point build up in the background that determines how easy it is to get the Quarians and the Geth to make up in Mass Effect 3. But essentially, if you do at least get at the very beginning of Mass Effect 2. In fact, you get an acknowledgement that you did help Tali, because there's a Shepard is dead for 2 years, and he shows up with Cerberus operatives at her back, and Tali's
Geez, two
all
years.
like,
What took her so long?
and Tally's all like, "Is that really you?" And you have the chance to say, "Hey, yeah, you remember when I gave you that guest date on the sly? Yeah, it's me."
Physics.
Woo! Monster truck jam. Looks like those Shepherd boys are in a real pickle this time.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
And Monday.
Anyway, yeah, these Geth bases are a bit of a pain in the ass in places because the terrain makes it a bit difficult to line up shots with your cannon. Keeping in mind the cannon cannot angle itself downward, so you also have to actually shoot the Geth through the
The wall.
through the yeah, through the towers that sometimes cock block your shots. The other thing though is that if you try to actually sit on an incline and shoot up at your target, the camera sort of gets hidden behind your own tank and it becomes impossible to aim unless you switch into first person. But at that
So
point,
are we like getting anything from here, or are we just blowing them up?
just blowing them up essentially.
Why can't we just nuke them from orbit then?
I wish. That would make things so much easier. But, yeah. We need to go to each of the planets in turn and destroy all the Geth. And this planet, I think, might be the easiest. Because all you need to do is destroy rocket troopers, regular-sized, human-sized rocket troopers with your fucking tank. And then a dropship will show up, I think. And you'll have to take that down too, but that's a big stationary thing that you don't even have to aim at. You just fire in its general direction and eventually it gives up.
Negative contact.
Ugh, oh, my shield's almost gone. Oh, incoming dropship.
I thought that shields regenerated in this game though.
Yeah, but the tank shields regenerate really slowly.
Ah, okay.
Ugh. Come on. Just die
Just
already.
shoot it, Fox.
Is there music playing whenever you're driving around on the thing? On the...
Nah.
Nah.
It depends on the planet,
Yeah.
I suppose, but not usually.
I was hoping for a Grand Theft Auto radio type thing.
Now, I thought I could shoot the dropship, but I think that it might actually be a case of every time you kill enough enemies, the dropship's health bar goes down.
What?
Like it's a list of phases or something. I don't know. Maybe I was just in a bad place to shoot it. I don't know. It's been a while since I've played this playthrough. Oof. Yeah, I got out of my tank and am fighting on foot.
Shepard...
Commander, if we just nuked them from orbit, this wouldn't be a
Look at
problem.
this! My shotgun. And it's working.
What? That's not how shotguns work.
Commander, they're driving a 747 at us. I got this, guys. Give me my shotgun.
Oh, my beer.
Okay, can you imagine if Solid Snake had to take down the Hind D with a knife?
Honestly,
Pretty sure
yes.
he did that.
Honestly, yes, I can imagine that because it's goddamn Metal Gear Solid.
Just CQC throws the helicopter into the ground.
Time to
Catches
destroy the
blade.
Shagohod.
Anyway, yeah, that's one planet down. And in some cases, the actual process of getting to where the Geth are is a chore in itself. I'm not sure which of these 4 planets. It might be the planet in the next part, because only 3 of them fit into this part. But one of the planets has this sort of labyrinthian arrangement of extremely vertical mountains that you actually can't drive up in the moon.
Oh, yeah. I know what
And-
you're talking about.
It basically forces you to come at the Geth from a specific direction that makes it really hard to fight them with the tank. And you're too far away to drive up to them and get out of the tank and fight them. And I think they have
I think this is it.
Geth Oh, God.
Again, nuke them from orbit.
I'm having a hacking fit just thinking about it. Oh, man.
Now, the ethical problems of nuking them from orbit, but it's really, really boring doing it the right way.
Well, nuking them from orbit was actually suggested on Vermeer. But the reason we had to set a bomb in the base is because it was very heavily reinforced. I had to show this off though, because we've got like Tatooine suns here and this beautiful red Mars-like atmosphere. This planet is one of the most breathtaking to drive through.
It's very red.
No, it's like
We just added total recall.
it's views like that make you feel like a genuine space explorer, though. You know.
We're not exploring space. It's already been explored.
Well, about 10% of it has been, I suppose.
Well, the fact that we know it's here means it's been explored.
No, not really. Like,
We
Think
know
about it this-
where
you
the
know where you're-
Andromeda Galaxy is. Has that been explored?
yeah, like let's put it this way. You know your closet's there, but when was the last time you actually, like, looked at it and figured out what was actually in there? You know?
Not
Today, actually.
Not recently.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, only with planets, sorta.
I have a lot of board games in my closet. Monopoly, Simon Says. Right, that's not a board game.
Lionheart, Hero Quest, old as fuck Dungeon and Dragon stuff.
And Necropoly.
Man, you gotta love second edition Dungeons and Dragons books. Wonderful artwork on the inside, but the cover art, dear God.
Is it the Fabio? Is it the Fabio kind?
Was that after they were afraid that they would get people turned into Satanists or something?
Obviously not, because that cover, man, gives Exodus a run for its money. It's like there's this big red horned demon, and it's holding an almost naked woman in its hand because it's huge, and the adventurers are trying to fight it, and oh god.
That almost sounds like a Doom cover.
It does, really, it does. But the actual artwork inside the old D&D books is actually pretty nice and classy because it was all black and white line art that was designed to tell a story and stuff.
Yeah, but you're not gonna sell copies with that. You need to have demons and stuff that makes your parents think that you're summoning a demon or something. You know.
I don't know. A lot of the fantasy books and stuff when we were very young had Fabio all over, or Fabio look-alike.
Yeah, but you see Fabio slay demons.
Dungeons and Dragons is kind of really hit and miss with artwork until 5th edition. 5th edition has wonderful artwork all over the place.
I didn't really have any issue with the 3rd edition artwork, or at least what I've seen of it. It was fine.
There's not a whole lot of art in the 3rd edition books, though. It's like very few and far between, and when it is there, it's a little bit too tropish for Dungeons and Dragons. It doesn't carry the same attitude of this is all the shit you can make your characters do that the old art had and that the 5th edition art has. I can't comment on 4th edition's art. What the fuck?
Where'd that come from?
Hey, I'm here now.
What? Well, it doesn't have the same attitude of this is all the various shit that you can do with your stories and characters that the old art had and that 5th edition has.
My favorite art was Frodo and Fellowship of the Ring. No, is that? I'm sorry, it's Lord of the Rings.
Read DM of the Rings already.
DMs of the Rings is one of the funniest things I've read.
There is actually a Lord of the Rings rule set and set of adventures for Dungeons and Dragons, so you know.
Yeah, but what makes DMs of the Rings funny is it's basically like in a world where Lord of the Rings didn't exist, the characters are all really annoyed that their DM is taking them through a really stock and generic campaign. Like, I believe the reason, like, it follows Aragorn, Gimli, and Legolas, and the reason why Frodo and all the other halflings leave is because their players got bored and decided to play a Star Wars game instead.
Because the halflings can't do anything.
Yeah. It's hilarious. If you know D&D, I recommend giving it a read. It's one of the funniest comics on the internet, I think.
Release us from our curse, King Aragorn. Wow, you guys are awesome. You're literally an I win button. I can just watch you up to Mordor and you take care of everything.
Oh man, I'm back to jumping over lasers.
Which, for the record, should be impossible since these things should fire at the speed of light. But whatever.
My reactions are just that good.
Technically, it's not lasers; it's more plasma. But,
Still, you shouldn't be able to jump a tank over a fucking missile.
like you get a plasma shotgun in the second game, and I think the way it explains it is that it's like superheated metal that you're firing, so it's like molten metal that's glowing or something.
It's a video game. You don't need to explain it.
Yeah, but they have flavor text attached to all the weapons, which is good because it's basically the only inventory depth that you're gonna get in Mass Effect.
Don't ever
2.
watch Game Theory.
Yeah, so what are you gonna... Yeah, but, dude, think about it this way. If they don't have all that there, what else are the interns gonna write?
Oh, God, don't get me started on Mass Effect theory. Okay, when Mass Effect 3's ending first hit, everyone was so determined to not accept it as canon that they actually theorized the indoctrination theory, which was basically a theory that everything involved in the Mass Effect 3 ending was a hallucination, that Shepard was indoctrinated, and that BioWare was keeping hidden a secret DLC reveal. And when Extended Cut came around, when that was going to happen, a bunch of them were like, see, we told you so. Well, the Extended Cut wasn't indoctrination theory.
That sounds like... You know what that sounds like? It sounds like people taking the ashes in a coma theory for Pokemon, like, 100% seriously.
Well, no, you see, they cited stuff like the zombie-like way that child at the beginning of Mass Effect 3 acted. And, you know, that would be, you know, a good point, except that it wasn't. It was just bad acting and bad writing, you know? Oh, well.
Look at that frame rate chug.
Yeah.
The snow effect must be hard on the engine. Which, honestly, I don't really get, because it looks like it's just a filter over the screen. But whatever.
Unfortunately, I can't aim my gun down far enough to actually hit these guys from here.
Yeah, but your ship can, your tank can drive up a 90-degree wall just fine. So you know.
No, not 90,
Not-
89.
It was very clearly 90 at that point.
This is the planet. This is the one. This is the one with a thing with the walls that you can't climb, and the fucking hard as nails to get to camp, and you can't get out and fight these guys on foot. No, because they've got a freaking Geth Colossus on their side. Not even a
Again,
destroyer, but
nuke them from orbit.
I'd love to, but the game doesn't give me that button.
Do
Not
the Mass
playing
Effects ever
Metroid
give
Prime
you?
3.
You can only use the nuke them from above option like 3 times in Metroid Prime 3.
Yeah, but 3 covers 4 of these. I mean, 3 of these. There are only 4 of these. And only one of them really needs to be nuked from orbit, and it's this one. If I had just this one opportunity, I would gladly take it.
Federation was happy about Prime 3 as well, because that filled Samus's quota for like 3 more missions.
Actually, I think the only planet that blows up in Prime 3 is Phase. Like, you visit 5 planets in that game, and only one of them blows up. That's the lowest planet to not blown up planet ratio in the entire series.
Well, usually it's 1 planet per game ratio, so...
Yeah, but still, like, it brings down her average several points.
You know, I have a theory, a game theory, if you will, that Samus was just so high on Phazon during that game that she forgot to blow the planets up.
That she was in purgatory.
Oh, the Phazon theory.
Yeah.
It's okay if you don't cite any evidence from your text, because you just say it's a theory, and thus nobody can argue against your point.
The entire game was a hallucination, and she was really possessed by Dark Samus all along.
How could that be if Dark Samus was already possessing her own self?
And the bounty hunters that she had to fight were trying to take her down for the good of the galaxy.
You know, that would actually...
Fuck that galaxy.
Actually, that would make Prime Hunters a lot more interesting now that I'm thinking about it. But John, think about it this way. Sequel to Metroid Fusion, alright, where Samus is technically a fugitive. Bounty hunters coming in and they're trying to, like, take her in, like, get her for a bounty, and you have to fight them as recurring mini-bosses.
And thus, the galaxy was saved by a collection of wood.
Yeah, but... No, but, like, okay, obviously they would be more... You would put more interesting characters in them, but come on, that would be awesome, right?
I just finished killing
And only
these
if one of...
things.
And Ted, if only if one of them was Captain Falcon.
Captain Falcon's got better
Sir,
things
it
to do.
appears Shepard is drunk. Oh, fuck, run for the hills.
Okay, so I thought I could just run into these enemies and murderize them. But it turns out...
My ship is on fire!
Oh,
This
God.
dropship dropped the absolute fucking worst enemies you ever want to run into in a Geth encounter. Geth Prime.
Oh, speaking
They
of
are-
Metroid...
Believe it or not, even more destructive than the goddamn Colossi. Did you see how fast they took my health down? I did a full repair, and I'm still all in the red. So now I need to wait for my repair button to cool down. Ugh.
So what you're saying is we need to have the regular power beam, the wave beam, the ice beam, and the plasma beam in order to stand a chance?
When there are that many Geth Prime around, they take your shields down really fast, and then they take your health down really fast. I was sweating buckets as I drove away, and I was surprised I didn't die on the spot.
Call in Samus.
Wow, you had to fade past all of
Ooh,
your...
wow, a fade.
DC, look, I'm waiting for the repair cooldown again, because my ship, my tank's been blown to hell again.
I hope you, like, brought your phone out or something while you were waiting for this.
And that repair didn't even get the front 2 wheels. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm done with the fucking tank. I'm gonna cheese this in the cheesiest way possible.
Sniper rifle.
Not a sniper rifle, no.
Nuke 'em from orbit.
No, we established shotgun's best weapon for
Yeah,
anything.
if you can... Why use a sniper rifle when you can kill something from 400 feet away using your shotgun?
Now, you see, my handgun has just enough accuracy that if I fire it with my target centered on a target over and over again, I can damage them from way far away, way too far away
This
for them to
is
show up as
about
targets.
bad as the pistol in Halo 1.
So I'm basically just peppering them with gunfire. Hey, you see? I killed one.
Wouldn't you have to worry about the wind blowing your bullets off course and the different gravity being
up.
on a different planet and all this other stuff?
Yeah, it's exactly that. Different planet, different rules.
You would have to worry about that in a game that had physics.
But you don't have to worry about it.
I have no idea why I threw a grenade. And I have no idea if it even damaged anything. I can't see far enough ahead.
Behold our hero, Commander Shepard!
Military genius. His plan, or her plan more accurately, shoot at an enemy using a handgun from 300 yards away in the middle of a blizzard. And it works.
Well, you know,
Hey, if
that's,
it looks stupid, but it works, it ain't stupid.
that's basically how Shepard operates in all three games, though, especially Mass Effect 2 and 3, where the game really plays up your impossible, destructive badass persona. You just go in guns blazing and things sort of fall into line around you.
Ah, yes, Commander Shepard using the tried and true strategy for military war. Natural causes.
Heroes
the best-
don't
the
need
best-
plans.
The best tactic of all, be Batman.
Shit.
Wait it out. Let them die of old age.
It looks like Commander Shepard is running into battle using 2 sticks and a bag of marshmallows. Let's see what her plan is this time.
Okay, this camp is enough of a headache to take down on normal mode with the cannon. And I
You're not
forgot
using
the
the
cannon
cannon.
existed.
Believe
Okay, try to imagine doing this on insanity mode.
What, forgetting
I
that
don't
the
do side
cannon
quests in
exists on
insanity mode.
What's
Insanity
it
mode?
saying is that you forgot the cannon.
Cannon or no cannon, insanity mode, this Geth camp.
Okay, this needs to be a new category for Mass Effect speedruns. Cannonless percent.
Cannonless percent.
Insanity mode cannonless percent. AGDQ 2018, I want it to happen, alright? You got that long.
I keep switching to on foot combat, by the way, because it lets me actually shoot at them and let my shields regenerate at the same time. And they basically they actually have less accuracy than I do at this distance.
So does your
That's
car,
Super smart computers!
so does your car heal while you're out here shooting stuff?
Yeah, the shields regenerate. Your car doesn't regenerate damage; it just regenerates its shields. And that's basically just the batteries recharging.
Oh, but did you leave the engine running? Because if you didn't leave the engine running, the alternator's not going to get anything from that.
Yeah, the battery's gonna die eventually, and then you have to jumpstart it. And who's gonna call AAA way out here?
Garrus, did you leave the lights on again?
I got one. I got them both. They're dead.
Really,
It's
Rex,
over.
you're gonna miss slaughtering Geth like that?
Oh man. You know how long that took?
The entire part?
45 minutes.
I appreciate your attempt.
Damn.
Nice and slow. that was intentional, right?
That one planet took
Sure.
like 3 fucking times as long as this entire part for me before I edited it
Yeah,
down.
half of the playthrough was in that base.